Today, we're looking at something I think many of you listening probably grapple with.
Hmm.
It's how to maximize, every single minute when you're traveling for work, corporate travel
Right.
specifically.
That lost time.
Exactly. So we've been digging into a service called LUXY Ride. It seems designed precisely for this, helping business folks like you maybe turn transit hours into, well, something useful.
Yeah. So our mission today, if you like, is to unpack how this service aims to shift travel from just being lost time to actual potential work time.
And hopefully give you some ideas on how you might regain some of those, potentially lost productive hours.
Absolutely. Because that feeling of your workday just kind of dissolving during a commute or a trip, it's pretty common.
Mm-hmm.
So this LUXY Ride idea, what's the core concept? They're positioning it as more than just getting from A to B.
Mm-hmm.
They call it a mobile workspace.
Okay. Mobile workspace. I like that phrase, but what does that actually look like in practice? What makes it work?
Well, a few things stand out from what we looked at. Okay, first, a big emphasis on a quiet, private space, so you can actually concentrate.
Right. So you could genuinely take a sensitive call or hammer out that important email, maybe prep for a meeting without all the usual noise and distraction of travel.
Exactly. That uninterrupted focus, that's incredibly valuable. And this is quite important if you're trying to actually work. The ride itself is meant to be smooth.
That's a real plus. And there's another angle too, the image. Arriving in like a chauffeured black car, it sends a certain message, doesn't it?
It does. It definitely projects a certain level of professionalism, attention to detail, perhaps.
Mm.
And tied into that is reliability. When you're on a tight business schedule, knowing your ride will be on time is huge.
Yeah, that's non-negotiable, really.
Luxy seems to really focus on punctuality. Takes one worry off your plate, frees up that mental energy for, the actual work.
Okay, so the setup sounds good, quiet, equipped, reliable. But how do people actually use this effectively? How do you integrate it?
Well, the sources we saw had some pretty practical ideas. One that seemed really smart was deliberately scheduling your ride time, blogging it out in your calendar, not just as travel, but as a specific work block for specific tasks.
Ah, I see. So instead of just zoning out or scrolling, you'd actually assign something to that time, like review Q3 report during the ride to the airport.
Precisely. It's a mental shift, isn't it? Treating it as dedicated time. You could rehearse a pitch, go over key documents. That focused environment helps.
Makes sense. And leveraging technology too, I suppose.
Oh, for sure. Things like using voice to text for quick emails or notes, hands-free, easy to do while moving.
Yeah, good point. And the privacy aspect again. Could you realistically take a Zoom call in the car?
Seems like it. It basically becomes your private little meeting pod on wheels for those calls you just can't miss while you're in transit.
So it really is about making that in-between time, that transit time, work for you rather than against you.
Exactly. It's trying to actively reclaim those hours. Think about it. How much time gets collectively wasted by business travelers just sitting in traffic or on predictable routes?
A lot, I'd imagine.
So a service like this aims to plug that leak, basically.
Yeah.
Give you back some of that potential.
Right. So the core idea, the main takeaway, seems to be that LUXY Ride isn't just transport. It's offering a tool, a sort of mobile workspace on demand, to help business travelers fight back against wasted transit time.
Yeah, that sums it up well. It's a focused solution for very common productivity drain.
So wrapping up then, maybe a final thought for everyone listening. Even if, a chauffeured service isn't on the cards for you right now, think about this. Where are the small pockets of your day that currently feel unproductive? Could you maybe apply some similar thinking? Like intentionally scheduling tasks for a commute, using tech differently, or finding ways to create your own little focus zone, even for short bursts.
That's a great point. It's about being intentional with that time wherever you find it.
Exactly. Something to consider. Okay, that's our deep dive for today. Thanks for joining us.